Hello everyone, this is DeadWay with a new video. Today we're gonna continue with the black power armor. As you can see, I've already done some, like the arms, the backpack for the power armor, just as we did before in the previous video. I did the same steps, so that's uh, that's how it looks at the end. Um, Today we're gonna see the whole process up until the power sword. The power sword will be a new video that I will put tomorrow. I already done it, recorded, just editing and putting up tomorrow. I'm gonna do one video per day if possible. Maybe, yeah, maybe one per day, if not 6 or 5 per week. So here we start with some lead ledger, some silver, nice silver tone. We're gonna do all the silvers that are in the power armor. So here you can see, just be careful when you put it because it's silver. I spill a bit, but I say okay, so that's a bit of a scratch he has. And then try very careful, precise with the silvers. Remember, don't use the same brush, use for fine details as for silver, because it might damage the paint. So I use here a brush that is good for details, but not the best. I mean, not the one I'm used to do. So here, all the little bolts in the armor, all the little things, you need to be very careful, and that's the things that are gonna make your model stand out and the mini stand out, and like, hey, this guy put some work in it. So that's what you have to do. um, I I'll do the bolter later because the bolter, I didn't plan it very well, but is red. It's gonna be red, so we're just gonna do all the silver in the arms and in the things and in the model, and the bolter will be at the end, at the very end of the video. So here as well, sorry for the camera not focusing. I changed already the setup for the next video and it's already good. I mean, you can see better, it will focus better the camera, so hopefully you will like the next video. So for this one, it's the last one with this type of very close-up camera. Next one will be very different, and I think it's very improved version of now. It's the better version of now. So here I'm finishing the details on the backpack. As you can see, we're almost done with the whole lead ledger. Just little details here and there, but it's all good. Now, yeah, now we do quickly the Inquisition shoulder pad. So it's all silver, except for the skull that we will leave because we're gonna do a skull gold. Now we do the gold in the armor. There is not much gold in the armor, but there's some, so we might as well just do it now. The casings for the bullets that we put in like, has the bullets, the Inquisition. I thought like, yeah, better put it like gold so make it stand out a bit more. And then we do the skull and some more buttons of the backpack and in the arm with the power sword. So that's, like, there's not much gold. Just a bit, just take your time, put it carefully, don't spill it up. Try and be as much careful as you can. And here is the part I like, the Inquisition, just so it is not all gray like all silver. Put gold in the trims and the eye of the Inquisition, and then the skull we'll leave it for later. Now we do Rhinox hide for all the pouches he has. So we're easy going, doing some Rhinox hide, trying to improve, trying to do small parts, not too much paint, thin paint. As you can see, every time a paint appears in the video, I put the consistency. First is water and then is the paint. So if it's 60-40, it's like a bit watery, not too much. Normally you mix 50-50 or 60-40, so it's like about your normal mix. And if you go up, it's more glaze consistency. If you go down, it's more heavy consistency. So here you see we're almost done with everything. just the final pouches, and we put some little bit some brown, some lighter brown now, just to the small highlights, very small. I'm trying to be precise with this, so you just pass one time and that's it. You don't need to pass 5 times. uh, Trying to be the most precise as you can. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I don't have the best brushes in the world, but I'm trying to do my best, and it's not that bad. So here you go. It's all the browns that there are. Now we pass some Khorne Red. We're gonna do the bolter. So the bolter is Khorne Red, so it's a dark red. I mean, I don't want the bolter to be brighty and stuff, so it's been used, it's been in combat, it's been very heavily used. So just put Khorne Red, one to two coats. You don't need to cover it all up, so it shows the small black things, like the black in the Khorne Red, so it's very darkish as color. And now you the handle for the combat knife and the handle for the power sword. So just be very careful with this, and then you pass to Mephiston Red. So as to highlight the bolter and the reds. We're gonna do in the edges. In my sergeant, I did in the interior of the sergeant, I did with Mephiston Red, and the exterior of the bolter was with Khorne Red. So it's a different technique, but almost the same here. You have to just be very careful because it really stands out against just one or two thin coats of Khorne Red. So you have to take your time, be as precise as you can, and then you will have a nice little highlights. Just put some like the points in the little details, the handle of the knife as well, and the handle of the sword, just have a bit of a highlight here and there. That's it. And then we go back to lead bleacher, just to the magazine and finish the bolters, all the grays of the bolter. Again, just quick. You go quickly, you don't do too much. Take your time, but it's not too much work. I mean, it's just a bit of silver here and there, but you have to take your time, be precise, don't have to rush it. The optics, I ended up doing them as well silver here, as you can see. So just easy going, step by step. Take your time, always take your time. And now some Ushati bone. Why Ushati bone? Well, because we're gonna do the skull in the Inquisition shoulder pad with Ushati bone. Okay, and as well the parchment for the purity seals. So here you see you need like 3 to 4 thin coats, because you're painting on black, so it will be very transparent. So here 2 to 3 thin coats will do it mostly, especially for the purity seals, because if the Inquisitor skull is not 100% good, if a skull is not 100% good, it will do, because it's a bit used. And then you do Ushati bone to the highlights on the purity seals and all your whites. You put a bit more here in the skull, and then just highlight a bit that skull, and that's it. And then now some Abaddon Black, and you will do the markings of the purity seals. Just be very fine detailed. I know there's people that can do a lot of work with purity seals, but I'm not very precise. Now you mix Rhinox hide and Abaddon Black 50-50, and you do it like a shading, like 70 water and 30% paint, and you put it in all the normal parts and all the parts of the power armor that will be black if it was like red, just so it is not the same color as the armor. Now we glue a bit. I always use my glue with a stick or something to apply if it requires some precision. Here you see I glued it. If it's a bit messed up, if it's not straight, I mean, you can correct it as well. So no big deal, really. It's you just continue. You have to some Khorne Red. I forgot to do the little panel in the arm. So just some Khorne Red, and then later on you come back with some Mephiston Red. Here we glue as well the Inquisition shoulder pad because we're finished with it. We don't need to do anything more. I believe it's turned out very well. So here you go, and then you go back to Mephiston Red, a little dot in the arm, and that's it for Mephiston Red. Now we're gonna glue the arm. Like, you always have to know what pose you want, and I know we can magnetize. In a future video we will magnetize the arms. I will show you how to do it. I will show you the results, because well, I've done 3 guys of the kill team now with this, and none of them is magnetized. So just for your information, we'll do magnetization later on. And here we're gonna do Raven God guy. So we do some shatty bone and paint the shoulder pad. At the end I messed up a bit the shoulder pad because I didn't have it like glued to a point so I could pick it up without touching the model. So that's my fault. I will improve that in the future. But you can see I did some Ushari bone, and it's turning out well. Just to make it better, then you put some red bone and it turns out better, more white. I know it's all white, the Raven God, so just we're building up the color, so you don't have to put 15 white coats. So just bits of bits, and here you can see it's looking out good. And yeah, it's nice, good looking. And Ceramite White, I don't know if it exists. I mean, it would be White Scar White now. You just have to do the little highlights here. I mean, here it turned out perfect, but then I mess up when I was doing the trimming. So yeah, you have to be careful when you paint, because I have some black paint, and it's stained a bit more. Now for the base, we do Khorne Red, as per the box art of the Kill Team box set. Well, the Kill Team manual, there's some Raven God with red trims. I don't recall which company has red trims, but anyway, I like the red trims. So now you do some Mephiston Reds for the highlights of the trim. You have to be very careful, do it very, very gently. Take your time with it. Here you can see that, I believe, yeah, you can see I messed up the the emblem of the Raven God. I like Raven God. My Space Marine custom chapter is descended from the Raven God because I like their tactics and their story. So here you can see that I messed up at the end. I ended up repainting it, so this is the whole repainting of the model. And because I was a bit rushed because the video was turned out too long, but at the end I did some Abaddon Black to finish all the little mess ups and things that were not well done in the shoulder pad, and I spilled some and then I corrected it, so it's no big deal. You will see it turned out good, better, but it's good for me. I like how it turned out. So now that we're almost finished, I just want to say thank you. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I know I've only put like 2 painting videos, but expect a lot more in the future. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you for watching, and you can like the video if you want. If you want more videos and want to see the progress I do, you can just hit the subscribe button. Well, tomorrow you will have the power sword and the almost finished kill team guy. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.